an alternative to Trump, Gaza. Rebuilding Gaza into a world-class spiritual oasis retreat center, owned and operated by the Palestinian people, to uplift God's house of Israel for growth and prosperity of Islam during the modern 21st century. Gaza, as a world-class spiritual oasis, interfaith, tourist destination, should be dedicated to rekindling shared ancestry within the Abrahamic faith-based community among true believers who are true people of the Book, Islam, Jewish, and Christian brethren. As in days of the God's house will be called a house of prayer for all nations, as written in Isaiah 56:7. Basically, instead of the United States of America taking over Gaza, how can we help the Palestinian people own Gaza for the growth and prosperity of Islam in the modern 21st century? I am asking the American Islamic community, as well as the greater international Islamic community, to help declare God's plan for worldwide peace and prosperity by sharing the Ramadan Reflection campaign among all peoples and nations around the world. This Ramadan, let us all follow the light of God's love out of the darkness of quantum particleization of Satan's simulated virtual reality. Quantum particleization of Satan's simulated virtual reality arises from Satan hacking the information architecture of the Tree of Life in the Garden of Eden. All God's children around the world of every faith are called to help the Tree of Life in the Garden of Eden blossom and grow into a magnificent tree by every action and word we speak. This Ramadan 2025, let us all learn to speak kind words to each other instead of raka. It is written, "But I tell you that anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment." Again, anyone who says to a brother or sister, "Raka," is answerable to the court, and anyone who says, "You fool," will be in danger of the fire of hell. Matthew 5:22. Ramadan is a time of prayer, spiritual reflection, and experiencing deeper connections within one's biological family as well as the greater human family. It is important for all faith traditions to cultivate deeper connections within the greater human family. Jesus, as a great Islamic prophet, taught, "If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who are good to you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners do that. And if you lend to those from whom you expect repayment, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners, expecting to be repaid in full. But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, because He is kind to the ungrateful and wicked. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful." Luke 6:32. Niv. An Islamic Arab man helps a badly injured, bleeding Israeli Defense Forces (IDF) soldier off the ground as they both limp toward safe shelter among the rubble of Gaza with bomb blasts nearby. The Israeli soldier leans upon the Islamic Arab man as they both limp toward a safe shelter among the rubble. The world needs a world-class spiritual oasis retreat center in Gaza, so that all peoples around the world can become more like the most loving, merciful God. The international Islamic community should seriously consider God's plan to rebuild Gaza from the ashes for growth and prosperity of Islam during the modern 21st century by uplifting God's house of Israel upon high, as in the days of the Zabur, under a federalized one-state solution with Jerusalem as the capital and Palestine a state in Israel. God's plan includes a rededication to principles of democracy within Israel, whereby an Islamic, Arab, Palestinian can become Prime Minister of Israel. The world needs a world-class spiritual oasis retreat center in Gaza, so that all God's children around the world can pull themselves upward out of the darkness of Satan's simulated virtual reality into the light of God's love. Ramadan Reflection Campaign 2025. 1. Opening Scene, a sacred month of reflection and renewal. A breathtaking sunrise over Gaza. Muslims praying at dawn, Fajr prayer on the beach. The sound of gentle waves in the background. In the sacred month of Ramadan, we are reminded that peace begins within. Imagine Gaza, reborn as a world-class spiritual retreat, where believers from all faiths can seek reflection and renewal. 2. Scenes of worship and meditation at the spiritual retreat. People engaging in quiet, meditative prayer, in nature perhaps, in a peaceful desert, oasis, or near ancient ruins. A family breaking their iftar meal together, symbolizing hospitality and community. Scholars and imams leading discussions on the Abrahamic faiths in beautifully designed retreat centers. Narration: Gaza can become a place where souls burdened by the world's struggles come to refresh their hearts and minds through prayer, meditation, and learning. 3. Community and charity. Rebuilding Gaza with compassion. Volunteers providing food to the poor, charity in action. Zakat, one of the pillars of Islam. Construction of new theaters, libraries, and museums as centers for spiritual enrichment. Jewish, Christian, and Muslim leaders walking together, symbolizing unity. Ramadan teaches us that true prosperity is not just material wealth, but in giving, serving, and building a better future for our brothers and sisters. For a grand night of prayer under the stars, a breathtaking night sky over Gaza, with people gathered in a large open space for Taraweeh night prayers, their voices echoing in harmony. Under the vast sky, people of faith can gather in Gaza to seek divine wisdom and a new beginning, united by our shared history and common dreams. 5. A call to rebuild Gaza into a spiritual oasis. Artists, architects, and visionaries planning a future Gaza filled with gardens, prayer halls, and learning centers. Young people studying the Quran, Torah, and Bible in interfaith dialogue. A peaceful sunset over Gaza's coastline, symbolizing hope. This Ramadan, let us dream of a Gaza transformed not by conflict, but by faith, wisdom, and unity. A Gaza that becomes a light for the world. Final call to action. Text on screen. Join the vision. Share this message. Be part of Gaza's transformation. Soft background music fades into the sound of the Adhan call to prayer. Welcome to Gaza, a city with a rich history and a promising future. Today, we're going to explore the potential of Gaza as a world-class spiritual oasis retreat center, owned and operated by the. This vision is not about replacing or overshadowing the existing reality in Gaza, but about creating a peaceful and prosperous future for all. Gaza, with its breathtaking sunrises and sunsets, its pristine beaches, and its vibrant culture, is a city that has the potential to become a world-class spiritual retreat center. Imagine a place where people from all faiths can come to seek reflection and renewal, a place where believers can engage in quiet meditation and prayer in nature, a place where families can break their fast together in harmony, and a place where scholars and imams can come together to discuss the Abrahamic faiths. Gaza can become a place where souls burdened by the world's struggles can come to refresh their hearts and minds through prayer, meditation, and learning. It can become a city where people of faith can gather under the vast sky to seek divine wisdom and a new beginning, united by our shared history and common dreams. This Ramadan, let's dream of a Gaza transformed not by conflict, but by faith, wisdom, and unity. Let's make Gaza a light for the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you're inspired by the potential of Gaza as a world-class spiritual oasis retreat center. Let's work together to make this vision a reality. Remember, the future of Gaza is in our hands. Let's create a peaceful and prosperous future for all. Follow and subscribe for more updates on this exciting project. Stay connected and stay inspired. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep working towards a better future.